Welcome everyone, it's Deronda with Foods 101. Thanksgiving Day is right around the corner and I'm giving you a heads up on how to make this fabulous sausage and herb dressing, or you may know it as stuffing. Now you're probably saying it's pronounced herb and not herb. Well, in Great Britain they say herb, in France they say herb by dropping the H. So whichever way you'd like to say it, it's all right with me. What you're going to need to make this dressing or stuffing is a ½ pound of country bread, just plain country white bread. This is a pound. I'm only making half this recipe today, but I've added the full recipe below in the description box. 1 3/4 cups of low sodium chicken broth, 1/2 cup of chopped fresh parsley. As you can see, we want the flat leaf parsley. ½ pound of Italian sausage. If you're going to get the sausage with the casing on it, remove that casing. We don't want the casing on it. 1 1/2 cups of chopped onions, about this size. It'll fit in the palm of your hand. That'll give you about 1.5 cups. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped sage. And 2 tablespoons of olive oil. First, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cube the bread down and we're going to bake it in the oven. And you need your oven preheating on 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to need a large cookie sheet with sides. I've lined mine with parchment paper, but it's not necessary. Take 2 slices at a time and we're going to cut this bread into 1/2 inch cubes. Turn it this way. Now, if you want to remove the ends, like the crust off the bread, that's great. But I love leaving mine on there because I believe it gives it this lovely rustic look. Now this goes on your cookie sheet. Arrange your cubed bread in a single layer on your cookie sheet. This is off to that preheated 400-degree oven on the middle rack for 15 or 20 minutes or until they're golden and toasty. In a skillet over medium heat, we're adding a tablespoon of that olive oil. And to this, we're going to add that Italian sausage. And we're going to render the sausage, breaking it up. After 5 minutes, your sausage is going to be looking like this. And the entire 5 minutes I spent breaking it down into little pieces, just like how you see. And now I'm going to remove the sausage with the slotted spoon. So we're going to get it all out of here. Back to the skillet, I'm going to add the rest of that olive oil along with the onions. I'm going to turn down your heat to medium-low so we can saute our onions for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Add the salt and the pepper. Make sure you give them a lovely little tossing and all that olive oil. That looks absolutely fantastic. Put a lid over it. Let it cook every 2 minutes. Give it a lovely little stirring. We're going to take our sage. We're looking for 2 tablespoons. As you can see, this is the way it grows. Take 2 leaves, and you're talking about fabulous flavor. Maybe 3 leaves, and we're going to just roll it up. Stack them on top of each other. Give them a lovely little rolling. And with your chef's knife, we're just going to ribbon it. Like that. Now we're going to go back in the opposite direction and give it a lovely little chopping. We want this lovely sage to permeate flavor all throughout this sausage and herb dressing. There's 1 tablespoon and we're looking for 2. Here's 2. Back over here to the stovetop. Give your onions a lovely little tossing, and I can see they're starting to caramelize. I cook this for an additional 2 minutes. We're looking for a 1/2 cup of chopped parsley. You can just roll it over like this and give it a lovely little chopping back and forth. I'm curious to see how these scissors work. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're supposed to cut your parsley down the way you want it. And I think it does a really great job. So you can pick these up at your finer cook stores. Wow, I do love the way it looks. 1/2 cup parsley ready to go. Look how beautiful and golden our bread cubes turned out. Add this over into a large bowl. Add that entire 1 3/4 cups of chicken broth. Give it a lovely tossing. This is going to continue soaking up that chicken broth. Now back over here to the stovetop. Add that sausage back into the onions. Add the sage. Only the sage at this time. And we're going to cook this on medium-low for an additional 3 minutes. So use your timer. Continue stirring your onions and your sausage and sage around, and oh my goodness, I can smell the release of the oil from that sage herb, and it is smelling absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah. After 3 minutes, we're going to toss in that fresh parsley. Toss it around until it's coated with our sausage and onion mixture. Oh, so fresh. Back to those lovely golden pieces of toasted bread. All that liquid has absorbed. Add your sausage, onions, and herbs, and oh my yums. Toss this together until we have those cubed pieces of bread drenched with that sausage and onions and all those fabulous herb, however you want to say it, flavors. Oh my, yum yum. That looks absolutely perfect. Add that dressing right here into a greased 2-quart baking dish. If you're making the entire recipe, you're going to use the 3-quart baking dish. And we still have our oven preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That looks absolutely fantastic. And now this is going to go back in the oven for an additional 20 minutes. Here's our dressing. And what's really fabulous about this is before you bake it, you can put it in the refrigerator overnight and then bring it to room temperature and bake it the following day. It's absolutely a perfect way to prepare. I'm going to show you how lovely and delicious that looks. Oh yeah, perfect with your turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes and green bean casserole. It's absolutely fantastic. Got to give it a try. Little bit of sausage, a little bit of onion. Those herbs, or herbs, however you want to say it. I got to try it. Yum. Wow. This homemade dressing is not going to disappoint y'all. And I can tell you, if you refrigerate it the night before baking, it's going to be loaded with fantastic flavors because that sage is coming through. The parsley's so fresh, and that Italian sausage with the onions, y'all, it just makes it win-win. I'm Dorada with Foods 101. Leave me a comment, give me thumbs up. Thanks a million for watching, you all. Have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving, and I'll catch you lovely people later.